So why is it that our little ones simply cannot resist chocolate? So when your 4-year-old has a complete meltdown over not getting that chocolate bar at the supermarket checkout, their brain literally doesn't have the tools yet to easily resist. The goal is to create an environment where children learn to make balanced choices while developing a healthy relationship with all foods, including chocolate. Offer choices within limits. Instead of just saying no, try giving controlled options. We are not having chocolate right now, but would you like a small piece after dinner or in your lunchbox tomorrow? In our family, we have 2 specific days in a week where sugar and processed treats are allowed. When you establish these systems, something profound shifts in your child's relationship with chocolate and other treats. They move from a scarcity mindset, which is I need to eat it all now because I don't know when I'll get more, to an abundance mindset when it comes to chocolate, saying I know when I'm going to get my chocolate next, so I'm going to make thoughtful choices. And this approach obviously is going to take a lot of patience, but it will build healthy food relationships lifelong. And what's really beautiful is watching your child develop genuine confidence around food choices, Hi parents, Ankita here. And today we're diving into a struggle so many of us face, the chocolate challenge. You know the scene, your child spots chocolate and suddenly all the boundaries that you have so carefully established seem to vanish. If you're nodding your head right now, you're definitely not alone. So why is it that our little ones simply cannot resist chocolate? Well, there's actually a fascinating brain science behind this. Children's brains are wired to seek pleasure and quick rewards. Chocolate releases dopamine. It makes them feel happy instantly. The part of their brain that controls impulses, the prefrontal cortex, is still growing until their mid-20s. So when your 4-year-old has a complete meltdown over not getting that chocolate bar at the supermarket checkout, their brain literally doesn't have the tools yet to easily resist. I remember my friend's daughter Maya, she was about 3. She could recite all the healthy eating rules perfectly at home. But the moment they walked into her grandma's house where chocolates were freely available, all that knowledge went right out of the window. She wasn't being naughty, okay? Her developing brain could not override that powerful chocolate attraction. In Montessori, we focus on building internal discipline rather than external rules. This means helping children understand their bodies and choices rather than just setting strict rules about sweets. The goal is to create an environment where children learn to make balanced choices while developing a healthy relationship with all foods, including chocolate. So how can we handle this chocolate situation? Let's look at some practical steps that respect both your child's developing brain and your family values around food. First, make chocolate normal. When we treat foods as forbidden or special, they become more tempting. Try occasionally including small amounts of chocolate as part of regular meals. This basically removes the whole excitement about the forbidden fruit that makes chocolate so irresistible. Second, connect before you correct. When your child is begging for a chocolate at bedtime, kneel down to their eye level, acknowledge their feelings. You really want that chocolate right now? Chocolate is yummy. I get it. It makes sense that you'd want it. This helps calm their emotional brain, first of all, so they can actually hear what you want to say next, which is laying the boundary. Third, give simple, clear explanations. For little ones, cause and effect work best. When we eat lots of chocolate, our tummies can hurt and our teeth might get cavities. For older children, you can talk about energy. Chocolate gives us quick energy, but then later it makes us feel tired. Let's have some after lunch when our body also has a little bit of the good things like protein to balance it. Number 4, offer choices within limits. Instead of just saying no, try giving controlled options. We are not having chocolate right now, but would you like a small piece after dinner or in your lunchbox tomorrow? This is respecting their independence, but you're still holding on to your boundaries. Fifth, you can use simple visuals. Young children understand things they can see. A simple chart can help them really know when chocolate fits into their routine, cutting down on, begging, negotiations, lying, all those things. Create a sweet spot in your children's rhythm. Children thrive on predictability. Try establishing a specific time when those treats might be available. Perhaps it's a special family moment after dinner when you guys are all having, a piece of dark chocolate together once in a while. They're really often more willing to wait because the opportunity isn't vanishing forever. Seventh, and this has really been a game changer in my home, establish designated treat days. In our family, we have 2 specific days in a week where sugar and processed treats are allowed. I've labeled these foods exactly what they are, junk food, so junk days. And it really helps her understand accurate food categories as well. On Wednesday and Saturdays, my child gets to make choices about which treat she wants to enjoy. What's fascinating is that by creating this predictable structure, the desperation for chocolates and sweets has really come down. Often they don't even use both the days, because the urgency is gone. So she's rather willing to wait for a couple of days, sacrifice a day of chocolate, and wait for 10 days to have a nice pan of chocolate and go to a cafe and really have that experience, right? So what I'm trying to say is it really removes that enigma and that excitement about chocolate. Eighth, you can create a special chocolate collection space. In our home, we have a designated chocolate drawer where my child keeps chocolates that she receives from schools, parties, relatives, grandparents. This drawer is completely under her control. She decides which one to eat on the day she's allowed to eat and how long she wants to make her collection last. So there are days she doesn't even eat it. And this approach has really been incredible to teach delayed gratification to our child and responsible decision making. Why I started the whole chocolate drawer idea was because she was getting chocolates every other day because of birthday parties at school. And I really wanted her not to eat those chocolates in the car because it was basically a lot of chocolate days. And so much sugar is really not going to help a child. So what we decided is that there's a drawer. You come back from school and you put those chocolates in the drawer. And eventually what started happening is the joy of seeing the drawer full really became a lot more than really enjoying those treats, So she's always kind of like excited about showing her chocolate drawer to her friends when they come over for play dates or her cousins. And then she's also like, what? I don't even eat all of these. So if anybody wants to take any, provided the other children have prior permission from their adults, then she's very happy to give them away. So this has also improved a lot of sharing about chocolate. So the greediness about chocolate in a way that she earlier had really came down. And also the autonomy that she gets because she has a drawer full of chocolates which she has access to and she can eat whenever she wants. Now, with great power comes great responsibility, right? A lot of children will misuse this. So make sure you offer it only when your child is ready. And if it's not working in your favor, you can absolutely remove it, right? But for us, like I'm saying, it has worked. In fact, a couple of months ago, we literally had to throw out all those chocolates because they were close to expiry or whatever. And a couple of them were not supposed to be eaten by her. And she didn't really make a fuss about it because she started just collecting chocolates all over again, right? With her, there are days where she will eat the chocolate and then in her chocolate drawer and then kind of tell us that, I really felt like eating it. I ate it. So I'm going to skip the Wednesday or Saturday when I'm supposed to eat next. But I really wanted to eat it today. So it's also kind of realizing that, okay, my body wanted sugar, I ate it, but now I'm going to have to skip the other day. So understanding consequences, that also has worked out beautifully for us. What's particularly interesting is how this drawer has transformed our relationship with school treats, because before those random chocolates from classmates and teachers would cause arguments or sneaky eating. So now she just comes home, adds it to her collection rather than frantically trying to eat everything before I notice it, right? So the collection becomes a source of pride rather than conflict. Let me now share with you what happened with Jacob, who's a 4-year-old, whose mom came to one of my workshops. Jacob would literally climb kitchen counters to reach hidden chocolates. Instead of hiding it better, his mom tried something different. She put a small container in the refrigerator named Jacob's treat box. Inside were 2 small chocolate pieces and whatever treats she wanted to give him. Jacob could decide when to eat them, but once they were all gone, he would have to wait until the next week to refill. So the first week, those chocolates disappeared in 30 minutes. By week 3, something amazing happened. Jacob started saving them. He started planning them when he'd enjoy them the most. And this developed a lot of self-control because he was given appropriate freedom to choose when he could enjoy his treats. This is exactly the kind of transformation I've seen with the collection rod approach too, like I mentioned. When you establish these systems, something profound shifts in your child's relationship with chocolate and other treats. They move from a scarcity mindset, which is I need to eat it all now because I don't know when I'll get more, to an abundance mindset when it comes to chocolate, saying I know when I'm going to get my chocolate next, so I'm going to make thoughtful choices. And this shift is really crucial to develop healthy eating patterns that will last a lifetime for your child. Will these approaches stop all chocolate tantrums? Honestly, no. Children have bad days just like we do. When setbacks happen, remember, it's all part of their learning. Stay consistent while showing empathy. I understand you're disappointed. It's hard to wait for things we want to wait. It's also worth asking if chocolate cravings might point to other needs. This is really important. Sometimes children want sweets when they're actually hungry for protein, just like adults do. When they're feeling big emotions, sometimes they just need connection with you. So watch out for patterns. Does chocolate seeking increased in your child when they're tired, when they're overwhelmed, when they're bored? So you have to also address these underlying needs, which often cause, food fixations. Remember that you are your child's best teacher. If you secretly eat lots of chocolate while limiting it for your child, they will notice. Instead, show them a balanced relationship with treats. Enjoy them mindfully without guilt as part of overall healthy eating. The language we use also matters. When we say things like, that's so bad for you, but then you eat it anyway, you are actually creating a lot of confusion. Instead, I talk about sometimes food versus everyday foods, right? Healthy foods versus junk foods, and emphasize how different foods make our bodies feel. The goal isn't raising children who never want chocolate. The goal is children who understand their bodies, they recognize their cravings, and they develop the skills to make balanced choices. And this approach obviously is going to take a lot of patience, but it will build healthy food relationships lifelong. And what's really beautiful is watching your child develop genuine confidence around food choices. My child recently told me, I decided to save my chocolate for tomorrow because my tummy feels better when I don't have too many sweets at once, which is true, right? This kind of body awareness and self-regulation is exactly what we're aiming for. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like it, share it with your family members and in your groups so people stop doing the behaviors that they shouldn't be doing, and they can follow the strategies and really help their children develop a better relationship with chocolate. And share with me the biggest challenges with treats, and what kind of chocolates do your children like? Do they like the Indian sweets, or do they like the cakes or pastries, or is it chocolates? For the longest time, my child was not eating cake. In fact, she still doesn't enjoy cake. So we're doing more of the regular chocolates. But another thing that we've done is shifted to dark chocolate that again has less sugar, and overall it's better because then we can enjoy that together as a family. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Till then, keep on enjoying those treats with your child and have happy family moments.